Hey guys, it's active. I'm not a whack at minute, if you know what I mean. Like and subscribe. So yeah.
Hey, sorry, guess I slept in.
You got a relaxing, what, 14 hours of sleep? Whew.
Yeah, Jesus, I guess it's what, 6?
Nels, it feels like you on the team did the most sort of digging about what the real
Yeah, just look
reality
at it
when
to
we kind of went
subtitles.
off
Because I
the
just need to listen
reservation.
to it.
In general, I really like doing research. That's sort of a thing I've enjoyed on all the projects I've worked on. So for this, a bunch of folks on the team read this great book called Fire Season by Philip Connors, which is kind of like a memoir-ish thing from this dude who still is an active fire lookout even today. But I also just I called up the Ministry of Forests and Natural Resources here in British Columbia and got redirected to like 3 increasingly small Ministry of Forest offices until someone just gave me literally the phone number of this cool old lady who had once been a fire lookout. So I just kind of chatted with her for like an hour and a half just about what doing the job was like. The reason why the game is not a simulation of being a fire lookout is because what everyone talks about is that the number one challenge with the job is that it is incredibly, impossibly boring.
Yo,
You
Ben.
can't like read a book. You can't like be doing other things, right? Like
Not really.
Yeah.
At the end of day 3, where Delilah mentions it's like, Kenny's like, well, what do I do for the rest of the summer? She's like, you sit in that chair and you look out the window. That is actually what fire lookouts really do. So all the folks I talked to said, like, figuring out ways to combat boredom is the number one thing. The lady I talked to, she said she did a whole lot of needlepoint and cross stitch because you can do that without looking at your hands very much. Obviously, like, lookouts are also responsible for doing, maintenance on their towers. But again, it's like not maintenance because some crazy Yahoo smashed up your tower. It's maintenance like, oh, the paint is kind of flaking off. Better paint it. Or these trees have grown too tall, so I need to chop them down. Not, I'm chopping down trees to form a weird log bridge.
The main takeaway from whenever we would talk to someone who had done this job is, why would you make a game about that? That is the most boring time of my entire life. So hopefully we showed them how.
It feels like people who do this job like fall into 2 camps, right? They're the people who think they can do it and can't hack it and bail after like a month or two. People like Jack Kerouac, who tried to do this and wrote about it in Desolation Angels, and then he went crazy from a lack of cigarettes and then left. Or the people who kind of enjoy the solitude and then figure out ways to deal with it. But, we do have, like, a lot of the window dressing for the stuff people use. Like, other folks I talk to, it's like, what do you do? Well, we read a lot of books. And we, like, trade the books between the different lookouts through rangers and stuff like that. So, of course, Firewatch has a crap ton of weird books in it. Stuff like that.
Fucking fireworks? I need you to confirm. Do you see them? Seriously, are you seeing this?
Whoa, that's not legal, right?
No. You need to get down there right now and stop them. Fire danger is through the fucking roof.
Is that really my job?
Your job is whatever I say it is. Look, the closest ranger is like 2 days away. Go down there and set him straight. Do you think you can handle that? I'm sorry it's not in the job description.
Like, kick the shit out of them? So it's not like I've got a rule book over here.
Just make sure they don't do it again. Take their shit.
All right, fine.
Don't feed anyone a knuckle sandwich. Get going.
One sec,
Probably need a
I'll
route
be
to get
back.
down the shale
No,
between you and
I'm
the
just
lake
gonna
if
stop
I
my iPad
remember
out. One
right.
sec.
There should be one in the supply box on the way. The code is 1234. It's actually that for all of them.
Convenient.
That's one word for it.
Hi there, it's Jake.
And Chris again.
Hey, so here we are in the cache box clearing, or at least I guess that's what we call it. There's a lot of cache boxes in Firewatch, but this was the first one that we placed into the game.
For a long time, this was the cache box.
It was the cache box, even though we knew we wanted to have more. This area was actually one of the first areas that we've built out to any degree that looks like a piece of the world. It was a really good proving ground for us. Like when me and Nels Anderson were grayboxing the world at the very beginning, we tried a million different things. Like maybe this was on the edge of a cliff, or maybe it was a secret that you had to find. And I think it was Sean who suggested that he really wanted it to feel like a warm, sort of enclosed space, like you've stumbled onto a little glen and you want to stay there for a while, which I think makes sense because we wanted people to actually stop and poke around and have it not feel like the woods.
This was this part, in a way, I think that felt like an accomplishment when it all got built out. It was also the first audio I implemented in the entire game, I believe.
The Foley on the locks and the lid?
Right, exactly.
Oh, this was, man, this was also, the cache box was also our proving ground for detailed object interaction with Henry animating the lock. And also, there's an exit out if you back up and turn left. That was the first time I prototyped one-way drops and also any like sort of secret paths, because the way that you cross the canyon also showed up here, and I didn't tell anyone on the team about it for like months, and people only noticed it once they started playing the back half of the game, and it was very fulfilling for me.
Nice.
Cache box.
Cache box, land of firsts and secrets.
That's the state flag of cache boxes.
This vista is incredible.
Which one?
Down the hill from my tower. There's a canyon and then the rest of, well, everything.
Yeah, you should see what I'm looking at. An eagle has been hovering over this gorge for the past hour. And maybe if you're good, you can come by and see it at the end of the summer.
Hey, there's a tree out here that's been ripped to hell.
And?
Don't you think that's, like, disconcerting?
Henry, there are 500-pound grizzly bears out here. They sharpen their claws on trees.
We don't have grizzlies in Colorado. People killed them a long time ago.
Well, in the thoroughfare, they hunt people, they kill people, they bury their bodies, and then come back weeks later to eat them because they prefer rotten meat. People just disappear.
Don't you think that's disconcerting?
No, Henry, that's life.
Christ, lady.
Jake.
Oh, hey, Sean.
You did a neat thing here in the game that I like a lot, which is when you make a dialogue choice with Delilah about what this dangerous hill should be called. It shows up on your map, and I like that a lot.
Yeah, when we were putting the map system together, well, actually, the map weirdly was one of the latest things, one of the final things to come into the game as a fully fleshed out piece. But an upside of that is we built the map using a lot of tools we already had. For instance, the system that checks which things you haven't talked about, which things you haven't found in the game. Use the same variable list as our speech system. So when I was putting it together, I realized, oh, not only can I put a mark down on the map when Henry finds it and talks about it, but I can totally look at the same tools we use for dialogue and figure out what the player said and put it on the map. And the end result felt really natural. I actually wish we'd gone a little deeper on it in the game, but I'm really happy with what's in there right now. Also, please name this shitty boss is going to get me killed, because that's objectively the best name for the hill.
Is that your handwriting?
Yeah, you got to cram that in there, but it's still readable.
It is a hell of a nice camping spot down here by the lake.
I haven't been down there in years, but yeah, Jonesy Lake area is perfect.
I'm staring at the big outcropping down here, but I'm not quite sure where to look for our pyrotechnicians.
Maybe keep heading west toward the lake.
Hi, this is Ollie Moss, and I was the art director on Firewatch.
I'm Jane.
Hi, Jane.
Let's talk about this teen
Let's
party
talk about
zone.
Let's talk about the Teen Zone. So the Teen Zone is one of the first areas that we used as a sort of art test to see how we would go about building the rest of the game.
We knew from the pretty early on that, like, on day one, you will start from the tower, and you will have to head down to the lake, and somewhere in between, you will see some teens, and they're partying. And so we call this the teen zone because this is where all the teen stuff is.
Yeah, and it was important to us that the reveal that it was a group of teens was communicated through the level design. So the idea was that you just kind of like walk through some trees and burst out into this scene where a campfire was still burning.
And you had a pretty strong idea of what you wanted to look like.
Yeah, I just wanted to put some big angular rocks in there, which is but we wanted to have a big angular sort of rock, which became known as Pride Rock because it looked so much like the rock from The Lion King.
We did name that Pride Rock, didn't we? That rock does serve as a very strong landmark pretty early in the game, and it kind of does point the player in the right direction.
Exactly. Should we talk a little bit about our process for designing these areas?
So in the beginning, when we just have like no concept art, we will just mock it out with just literally just gray boxes and a gray terrain, and then we will take screenshots and give it to Ollie.
First of all, I'll do a terrible garbage sketch and pitch it to the team, and if people like the gist of it, then we'll go away and do a bit more of a detailed drawing, and then you would go.
Yeah, we'll add in some more shapes. And then we just keep going back and forth with paint overs from Ollie.
And then it's just a sort of tennis, really, just back and forth between the two of us until everyone's happy with what we have.
Yeah.
You know, they color-coded the fire danger signs in case people were illiterate. But I guess that doesn't take into account just plain stupid, does it?
They left half a bottle of whiskey. Decent stuff.
Drunk pyromaniacs. Fucking great.
Woohoo! I love that for for definite.
They left their packs tied up here.
Don't fuck with them. The last thing we need is some hikers filing a report about harassment.
Found the fireworks. They didn't even try to hide them.
Well, confiscate them.
What do you know? People with shitty manners drink shitty beer.
What, you don't like a cold Musqua Light on a hot day?
No, I do. But then again, I didn't say my manners were any good. Better than these fucking litter bugs, though, that's for sure. Well, they left their clothes out to dry. It looks like two people. What if they're naked?
Won't that be exciting? Look, they're obviously still there, so tell them off and then head back.
I found a bra.
A nudie pyromaniac. Remain professional.
Yuck, I found panties. No.
There are,
Panties.
Or what?
I don't want to say that word again.
Why, 'cause you're 12?
Why, 'cause she's 12.
There's
Yes?
there are 2 naked ladies out here.
Can you handle that?
Can't
Come
you
on,
handle
I
that?
like naked ladies, same as anyone, but there's, you know,
2?
yeah.
I know this will be tough for you, but try to pick your tongue up off the ground and do your job.
Okay.
I can't examine no ones. This song.
My name is Patrick Ewing. I worked on tools and gameplay programming.
The teens, Patrick.
Let's open some old wounds here.
This is like going back to like an old battleground and being like on these hollowed grounds.
Yeah, I
Bad
died on
things
this hill.
happened. I died on this hill.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the most complex interactions in the game, if not the most, right?
Yeah.
And it was in the game from the very first vertical slice we did, and then I think we kind of added to it as we played through it and saw like, oh, we should be able to throw the boombox in the lake, obviously, right? Okay, the teens need to react to the boombox being in the lake. Oh, but then they should also react to you putting it down.
What you should do if you're making a video game is build relatively ironclad, predictable AI and systems that react to inputs. But instead, we built a series of relatively flimsy state machines that were like, if this, if this, if this, but not when, and also if.
Right.
And we're able to create this scene as designed. And Patrick was sort of the shepherd of this scene. So whenever anything would break, if you were to throw the boombox and the teens were not to respond, or you leave with the boombox and they would talk about something else, it was Patrick's job to ferret into the state machine and figure out what was going on.
Yeah, and I'm happy with how it turned out. There are so many different ways that this scene can play out now, depending on what you choose to do. Do you throw the fireworks at them? Do you talk to them and then start messing up their stuff and throwing it in? And it ends up being pretty like believable. They feel like real characters. It's just such a crazy spaghetti code in the back end that I'm always terrified when I see someone play through it. There's some interaction that we didn't think about.
Right now, the player is interacting with the teens in a way that is completely not by the book. And
I mean, luckily we
beads
haven't.
of sweat or building on your brow.
Yeah, I think it's just a PTSD response at this point. We would see the bug reports if this was actually still breakable.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't think that'd be wise. If you could refrain from criminal destruction of personal property while on this job, that'd be great, okay?
So there's no noise ordinances or rules out here?
No. But that music I hear makes a good case for them.
Yeah, no kidding.
Bitch, don't diss my music. Yeah, I'm gonna be, because I've got music, I'm gonna be friendly. Yeah, they're boombox. I'm gonna be friendly.
You know what? Fuck it, I'm not the main.
I haven't done this at home, so I'm lucky. Where did they print all this? Just shove it up his ass or something. Yeah, there is. Why can I hear myself? Is it because are you watching my stream? Can it get any louder? Wait, yeah it can. One sec. Tell me how loud this sounds. Is that too loud? It will be. It's still pixelated because I'm watching stream as well. It's gonna go pixelated again when I start climbing there now. But, please tell me I could take the boombox. Oh, I can't go that way anyway. Oh, internet connection quality. It's a gift. No one cares. Oh, chuck my boombox down there like a bitch. No, let me. The Pleasant Blue Jay. Hi. You alright? Yeah, chuck my boombox down there. I wanted that. It's right there, Ben. I can see it. It's right there. R.I.P. Boombox is just said in chat. Yep. I want my boombox now. I'll restart if I have to. Be fine. No, if you sign into my thing, if I give you my YouTube and that, you can sign into my Moobot. Control my Moobot. Not my Moobot, me. What do you call it? I don't know which way I need to go. I'm losing myself. No, I can control it by me during night, but I can control that by me by my iPad. But I can't have iPad and I can't have my YouTube chat open and my thing open at the same time. Yeah, mute the mic though. Bitch, where do I go? Jay, can you help me? Tell me where I need to go. I'm losing myself. Yeah, but from my internet it is. I don't know where I need to go. Is it this way?
the hell?
I'm doing a crossword and I figured out the theme. It's homonyms. Pears, pears, pears. The clue was couples peeling fruit. Anyway, hope you
Look
have
at
a
she
good
real that when
afternoon.
she starts shouting pears.
Thanks.
I don't know which way I need to go.
Hey, I'm back near that big rock outcropping, but not sure how to get back.
I'd head west, back towards the lake, and then turn north towards the canyon.
Right, so if I put my compass out, head west towards the lake.
Alright, time to get out of the box, so I'm gonna mute my mic while I do it.
Yeah, buddy.
So you don't fucking hear anything.
Yeah, don't get they can hear over the stream, but and north towards the canyon. Oh yeah, if you're all here, leave a like on the video. And go follow my Twitch. It's basically the same as my YouTube. If you know what I mean. Like the same as exact same. Whoa, I've been streaming for half an hour. I don't even feel like half an hour. I'll best save game. Or am I going down the wrong side? No.
So, I have a bit of a confession to make.
What is it?
Look, I was drunk last night when I welcomed you to the job.
Yeah, well, you're not the first boss to be guilty of that.
I know, I know I can get a little pushy, you know, putting you on the spot about why you're out here and stuff.
It's fine.
I'll keep that sort of a thing to a minimum. Anyway, let me know when you get back to your lookout.
Don't you worry, bitch, I will.
Hi everyone, this is Ben Burbank. I'm a programmer at Campo Santo, predominantly doing graphics work and performance stuff. And I'm here with Jane.
Hi, I'm back.
And we're going to talk a little bit about, in general, how the world sort of streams in. This is a big open world game. There are, like, what, tens of thousands of trees somewhere in there?
Yeah, and we have how many chunks of the world that we stream in and out?
There are 100 plus.
Yeah, I think over 120.
One of the big challenges with that was we have to remove parts of it when you're not looking at it, because video game consoles and computers don't like to draw things that aren't seen.
Especially not a lot of trees.
Yeah, it's a lot of work for that little graphics card to try and draw all those that big forest. So the canyon's one of the spots where we have like obvious occlusion where you can't see most of the world. So we unload like the tower hub, the tower that you see in the canyon is fake. It's a small fake version.
No.
which is a
I
common
don't
trick.
like the sound
Yeah,
of
so
that
it's like a
either.
very low cost version of what it would actually be there.
Hey, the
One
one
of
thing
the
that's
biggest
neat for this
challenges
game
for
is
Jane and people building
sensitivity,
the levels
like, you
was
can
figuring
put
out line of sight.
sensitivity.
So, how far can you see? Like, if you have a point where you can see entirely across the map, we had to be very careful about what is actually loaded and what's actually drawing.
Yeah, so even though the canyon is pretty much a straight corridor, we have to put in some kinks in there. So, you know, like right sort of in the middle, there's a little area where you have to go around a rock. This is so that we could make sure you won't be looking at the lake when we basically delete it out of the world.
Yeah. The game also, you know, it's sort of non-linear. Like, there's a linear story going on, but there's the ability for the player to just go backwards. So we also had to keep in mind, like, reverse line of sight and things like that, which is a little different than a traditional action game or something.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little puzzle game almost to figure out when we stream in and out things. So hopefully you don't notice any of it, because if you do, that's actually us not doing a great job.
You probably will notice it, though, sometimes. I'm sorry about that.
Where the fuck am I meant to be going here, man? I just planned this then.
In Thunder Canyon?
Thunder Canyon?
Hey, I didn't name it. But in the cave, I don't know, rocks? NFS tells people not to go too far in there. It's pretty dangerous.
So
I say, fuck it. You're a grown man, you can go where you want.
great. Used to go caving with someone back in Colorado.
Hi, I'm Jane. We're back.
And I'm Ollie.
Let's talk about this cave, Ollie.
Oh, let's not.
This cave really gave us all quite a bit of headache, actually. I was actually kind of having a mini panic attack, because one of the hardest things to light in games actually is any area that's sort of half indoor and half outdoor, and this cave is a pain in the butt to light.
It is. Well, having we thought you'd be an old pro at this, having worked on a game called The Cave. But yeah, it caused a lot of problems in terms of the logic gating of the environment switches, because every time the time of day changes in the game, it then like sets that time of day.
Because there's no doorway really.
So the way the cave is lit, it actually just changes the time of day in the whole game. So like when you hit a trigger, if you could somehow magically transport yourself back outside the cave, you'd see like the sun spinning through the sky, the sky changing, and it was really hard to.
I love the little details in Firewatch's branching dialogue. There are a lot of very subtle, hard-to-notice things that Sean put in while writing it that you really couldn't notice without multiple playthroughs, but they add up to this feeling that you're talking to real people who, just like real people, kind of echo back things you said earlier, who, continue in-jokes that have been established, et cetera, et cetera.
Ben, you still there?
And one of the subtlest that I don't think I even noticed till I was rewiring the game midway through is the spooky figure who you meet towards the end of day one.
Spooky figure. If the teens call you a creep, Henry calls the guy who's putting a flashlight in his face a creep.
Right.
And he goes, there's some guy out here creeping, or he says something like, he's a creep out here. She's like, a creep, Henry? He's like, yeah, there's a guy who's spooking me out here. I don't like it. And, I mean, I like doing stuff like that. I pay a lot of attention to the sort of infectiousness of language.
Yeah.
Especially in this office, someone will start using a turn of phrase that then I'll be at lunch with someone later, or I'll be out with Jake or whatever, and then I'll hear the phrase
theory crafting
through them, you know, where it's like, you know, like if somebody was saying, oh, there was a total creep outside at the bus stop, then it wouldn't be long, 18 hours
later, the phrase is what
it would be
these
totally
use
conceivable to hear
unreal.
Jake be like, oh yeah, that guy's kind of a creep. I don't know if we should have him by or whatever.
Yep.
And I'd be like, man, okay, like that word is now like bubbling along the surface of our social network here. And I like, people are like that. People are weird, sort of like passive, like non-participatory sponges sometimes.
Yeah.
And I just like putting that stuff in the writing. And you can do that in games in a way that you can't do that in other media. If you do that in like a book or something, it's so double underlined that it feels like you're making a big point as an author. But in a game, because it's player driven and it's passive, it just feels causal and the way the world works.
Hey, you keep your lights on at night?
I'm doing a crossword puzzle. I do a lot of crossword puzzles.
My eyesight, though. I just got very good eyesight just to spot something like that. Bye.
Damn it. Well, that trail isn't closed anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I took care of the blocked path. It was backbreaking, but, you know, anything for the service.
Well, thank you.
Anytime.
Chris again here.
Hey, and Jake, congratulations, player. You have completed the Teen Loop.
Oh man, that's true. This is the end of what was originally called teenloop.unity, a scene file in our game engine Unity, because we thought that was just going to be the file corresponding to
this piece of game that you've just played.
Yeah, this first big objective.
But then we kept building, so all of Firewatch is in fact saved inside of a file called teenloop.unity. So know that for the rest of your play experience, you are inside of the Teen Loop.
Yeah. This part of the game, you probably are right now if you're listening to these commentary notes basically in sequence. The music is either about to kick in or has just kicked in. It's dark. You're finding your tower has been broken into. This, I really strongly remember feeling when this went into the game and had the music, which was actually the first music implemented in the entire game. All this stuff together felt to me like the first real moment of assertive tension in the game, and it felt really
yeah, because we had our environment system working for the first time, so the sky turned to nighttime, and our world logic allowed the tower to switch into its broken into state just when you were out from the world for the first time, and then when that music finally came in, we're like, oh, wow, okay, this is a world that's alive and can be tense and cinematic, and all of it happened without us ever having to cut the camera. I remember we were all very proud and stoked of that.
For sure.
That was like right before we first demoed the game, I think, at the Penny Arcade Expo.
Yeah, because the end of day one was the end of the first demo.
Yeah.
Right before this, there's the moment with the creepy guy in the woods, and that was sort of a moment of tension. But that's also arguably maybe not, because it's immediately deflated by Delilah.
Right, but this
was
like,
like,
holy crap.
okay, I remember feeling kind of nervous about it because it was like the game is declaring this is a tense moment, and if it falls flat, we have failed. We can't like make a joke to diffuse it. And I think it basically worked, and it was a real relief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben, ready? Them two lasses and two naked lasses. They're both bitches. What? What? Are you looking on stream?
Someone broke in.
Hey, what?
They wrecked the place. Threw my typewriter out the window. Motherfucker.
Holy shit. I'll let the Forest Service know what happened.
This is aspirin, Joe, that drug aspirin.
Okay, I put in a call.
That was fast.
Yeah, well, do you have any idea who could have done this?
I did probably piss off the girls at the lake. Ugh, fuck them.
Well, I'll have the Rangers keep an eye out for a couple of young women and question any they find. I can't believe someone would do this. I worry about bears and fires, and that's about it. And now I've got to worry about some, violent campers? Okay, in the morning I'm gonna call my friend Patty, who works the desk down in Cody. They keep a list of everyone who's officially been in and out of the trailhead since, if anything else happens, we can refer to it and see if anything comes up.
Thanks.
I need you to feel safe out here.
Just point me to the Forest Service weapons cache. I'll feel safer than the Pope in his little car.
Yeah, someone made the choice years ago that leaving people with infinite amounts of alone time and a gun was kind of a bad idea.
Grenades?
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. Whoa, there too. Do. I'll be live streaming 46 minutes. Come on, day 2.
When I went into the bathroom, my phone was on like 77 and it's gone down to 44.
Fuck. No, cup of coffee.
I have like a can of Sprite and a can of Fanta.
Hey, wake up!
And I doubt they'll keep me up enough.
I Ben. Oh, got to pick up. I can't do it now.
I'm awake. What's your problem?
Our problem.
Sorry, our problem.
Guys, let me just check this achievement. Complete first day 1. Good first day.
Why, that would be the case.
Ben, dark whiskey.
I mean, we've had issues
Are you
with
looking in
radios going
stream?
out in this area before.
I am.
Anyway, I'm sending all the lookouts out to check the wire in their areas. Yours is a good hike away. If you find any portion of it down, I can try to get a hold of a ranger and he'll bring someone in to fix it.
Okay, I can do that. Where is it?
Remember that cave you hiked through yesterday?
Yeah, of course.
So you're going to want to go back there, go through it, and keep going straight to the north when you come out.
Will do.
Thanks, Hank.
Let's trash it. fuck off. Oh, no. I want my wood. Do you know what I want? So where do I need to go? Morning, Dickens.
Let me open up my GPU thing because it might need updating. I can kind of hear myself. That is pretty cool.
Over what?
Over the stream.
Yeah, because I've got mic on.
I know.
Which ways can you from me run? One sec, let's find out. Run like a hard lad, like a hard lad, like a hard lad. Run like a lad. Oh, I can't chuck it up.
I'm gonna test this overclock setting, so I'm gonna plug in the controller and go and block at Shiri to really test it. Or am I going? Oh, the days where I used to stream the game.
Yeah, tell them that. Tell her just don't have the stream.
It's kind of like the forest, really.
No, it's nowhere near the forest.
I know, but that's what it like reminds me of. With like of all the quests that you've got to do. Kind of cool. Alright, that's on it. Where's the cable that charges the Xbox One controller battery pack?
I don't know.
Where it is. That's not it. Is that it? No. I don't know.
They need to make the grass texture a bit more
Detailed.
yeah.
Kind of shit, to be honest. Even I noticed that when I'm not even playing the game.
Yeah, have you noticed the sensitivity?
Can you see the communication wires from where you are?
I can see the poles, but I have no idea if the wire's in good shape or not. They run a good distance up to a spot called Beartooth Point. You just need to walk along them all the way up there and make sure everything's in ship shape.
Hey, I can see your tower. Suppose that means you can see me.
Yeah, well enough.
Short with puns.
Yeah, puns are on point. I literally just made that up.
Hey, it's Chris again.
And Sean.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, Chris
So
again.
the
And
conversation that you may be hearing or may be coming up soon has Delilah taking a call from another lookout. Unbeknownst to her, Henry can hear this all happening. And when she finishes that call, you as the player can choose to call her on it or not call her on it. And that was a very interesting piece of writing and design, I think.
Yeah, I really loved the idea we had here, and I love the way it performed, but I feel like I especially would add something to it if I were to go back into the game and noodle around. it was kind of, this is a kind of a confusing call for people, and I'm sure if it was for you, you'll understand why, which is that people get really hung up on the fact that Delilah takes this mysterious call, and then it's never sort of like overtly explained that she's just doing her job. She's just literally just talking to someone else. And the lens through which you hear it is 100% just Henry's paranoia. But I feel like that could have been underscored here way more had I let you, the player, like, find a nuanced middle ground and sort of pry at her about what that call was without freaking out. If you call her on it, Henry gets very, very defensive. And while I think that goes to illustrate the fact that Henry doesn't have a lot of capacity for nuance and middle ground because he's so damaged and bummed to be in the situation he's in, I feel like he kind of like did players a disservice by not letting them feel out the relationship and a potential mystery early on.
I think that dated from an earlier revision of the game in which we were barreling towards more of a hard break between Henry and Delilah.
Yes.
And this was maybe just one thing that didn't quite get that last tweak.
Yeah. But I still like the scene.
Me too.
Nevertheless.
Yeah.
Hopefully my graphics card doesn't freeze.
I hope it does.
This game needs to be turned up so much.
Ben, has anybody put on chat? Because my stream's froze for me on my iPad. I bit my lip earlier, if you know what I mean, go like inside. I'm obviously eating porridge. I bit my lip earlier. It fucking hurts. Now it's literally like lumped up on the side. It's not visible, if you know what I mean. But I can just feel it on my tongue. I keep biting it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Impossible not to bite.
Alright. I can play with mods on this.
No one cares.
Item fade. Grass fade. I might as well just start a new fucking game again.
I'm stopping streaming in a sec.
I can see the wire you're talking about. It looks like it's in good shape from here.
We'll follow it up to the top of the trail if you can. You can head back as soon as you give me the all clear.
Got it. So we really can't reach anyone any other way than these wires?
What else do you suggest? Smoke signals?
Just seems dangerous.
Well, if they don't hear from me for a few days, they'll send someone out, but I'd rather it not come to that.
I wish I never watched gameplay now, if you know what I mean, but obviously I had to watch gameplay.
Oh, rip.
Rip.
Great. Oh, yeah, it actually did. My graphics card froze, great.
You doofus.
That's all that for.
Woohoo!
And that's why I don't overclock the graphics cards at the level that I did it at. And I will have to restart my computer.
If you want any, if you want any advice for computers, don't ask Ben.
I was literally testing this overclock and then it just totally denied it.
You put it to why, aren't you?
It's only 15 megahertz over than what it's normally on.
Only?
In fact, no, I normally have it at like 125.
Wait,
So it's like 40 megahertz higher than what
jump, you fatty. You telling shh? Why are you telling shh? Why are you telling shh?
Because you need to shush. Just play the game. Oh yeah, I also got Darksiders the other day. I won it in a giveaway. Captain Pure Exchange. I want to play it, see what it's like.
Obviously, if you got it from Captain Purox.
I had like a 9.1% chance of getting it, but you know, there's like 12 people in it, so.
Oh, it's them girls again, Joe. Them girls who were naked.
Guess what?
What is it?
There's a bunch of empty cans up here.
Same as before?
Yep.
These fucking kids.
Why do you think they'd be up here?
Hell if I know, but they better have stayed away from our communication stuff.
Oh, it's those fucking kids, Ali, now.
Yeah, I wish I never watched a tutorial on it. Because I know what's on the other side, if you know what I mean. I only watched it like day 1 and day 2.
Yeah, like, do you get to see him naked?
No.
Oh, fuck. That sucks. So bad.
I also, like I said, like I just said, I only saw day 1 and day 2. And then, obviously, it was downloaded. Oh, my belly just rumbled.
Get in my belly! Oh, I'm gonna eat ya!
Look, cunt.
Yes. I will have to read that.
Ben.
Hey, so the wire is definitely down out here. I just found it.
Look at stream.
That's actually good to hear. I can send someone out to fix it. Good find.
Yeah, the thing is, it doesn't look like the wind. It looks like it was cut deliberately.
Ben, look at my stream and that's for you.
You said you found their trash. These idiots are gonna pay. Do they realize this is how people die? I mean, what if something happened to one of my lookouts
Read
while
what it
this
says.
is going on? And God forbid there's an actual fire burning out of control.
What do you want to do?
I want you to go find them.
And then what?
I haven't thought that far ahead. That's
What?
not true. Everything that comes to mind is illegal.
Do you see anything from yours, like
What?
clues as to where they could be?
Clues. I really like your enthusiasm for mystery.
I'm just doing my job.
I like it. I do. I just
Shut
I can't wait for you to give these girls a
I'll
piece of
listen to
your...
these.
Hey, Chris again.
And Sean.
Hey, Chris again.
If you saw the second trailer for Firewatch, there's a moment that takes place here where Delilah points out that there's someone in Henry's tower. Henry points out that he's not there. Camera swings back to the tower, and it's a big dramatic ending. Of course, that moment happens in a completely different part of the map in the actual game and has totally unrelated to this moment that you're now experiencing.
And this was a trailer that we had debuted with Sony at E3, so we knew we had a big audience and that a lot of people were going to see it. It's really, really challenging. I mean, you all know, because everyone goes to movies, what it's like to watch a trailer for a movie that you're excited about and maybe have already decided to see and then be shown too much stuff.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, a movie either has like the ability to or sort of the
What?
chutzpah to just show you a scene that hit the cutting room floor or an alternate version of something that gets you feeling the way you should feel and excited for the movie as presented, but doesn't spoil it for you. And I think I'm really happy that we ended up doing that. I think it's good. Like, you're not lying. It's not like we showed you a mechanic that you can't do or anything like that.
I think that we
Only downside to
basically had to
Firewatch
find a way to
and
accurately
wish
convey
I
the,
hope they
the
bring it out
type
in a
of tension
further
and mood of the
update.
game without
You know what I mean?
spoiling
'Cause
it. And
on
so
it,
we
'cause
basically
it's a
ended up
download
just writing
version
those
thing.
trailers to
They
fit.
can bring like
They worked.
multiplayer and that out for it. Like add it late game. And I think that's what they should add. Multiplayer. Ben, how long have I been streaming for? I can't see my streams for us.
Don't say.
It does.
It don't say on here.
No, do you know like wait, do you,
1 hour, 3 minutes.
hey guys, I'm gonna end the stream here. Good stream right here, mate. Bye guys.